We're going to go ahead and start to settle into our practice. So as you come to your mat, I invite you to find a position of ease. Maybe you're seated crisscross applesauce, maybe on your shins. Whatever feels like it's calling to you today. As you find that position, I invite you to close your eyes and to take a couple of deep, slow, intentional breaths. In through the nose, inflating the belly, the rib cage, and then slowly allowing that breath to drain back out through the nose or mouth. Your shoulders come down with it. Slow inhale in, expanding in all directions, pulling as much air and energy into the belly as you possibly can. And then allowing that breath to slowly move out of you as you relax the muscles of your face, the space between your eyebrows, your jaw. Again, inhale in. Exhale like a wave. Allow it to roll out of you a little bit at a time. We start with the breath to call in presence. Yoga is a beautiful exercise for the body, but it can be used just as much as a mindfulness exercise designed for the brain itself. As we call presence into our physical bodies, attention, instead of moving to the thoughts, to the feelings attached to those thoughts, instead focusing on what is happening here, now, the sensations, the emotions, we're able to train those areas of the brain that are responsible for more creativity, innovation, problem solving. And it's in this space where logic meets emotion that we're able to honor our own needs and stay aligned to our values at the same time. In your next breath, I invite you to pull your arms out to your sides and then up over your head, pulling the palms together. As you exhale, pull your hands to heart and bow your chin into your chest. Set an intention for today's class. We're going to be playing with balance today. And so maybe you reflect on what balance means to you on your day-to-day. Dedicate your practice to finding balance where you need it most. On your inhale, the hands come all the way back up to the sky. Your chin lifts from your chest, elongate your neck, and exhale, roll the wrists all the way down to your sides. Ground your palms. And for a moment, feel this connection with your mat before we roll onto one side and find our way into a quadruped position. Your wrists ground beneath your shoulders, your knees beneath your hips. And then go ahead and begin to find a little bit of movement here. This is your space for self-expression, to lean into any stretches that feel good, rolling through the spine, through the hips, through the shoulders, through the neck. breathing all the while. And when you're ready, go ahead and find center. Deep breath in as you reach your heart out in front of you. And exhale. Press your spine up as you pull your tailbone underneath of you. Inhale, go ahead and drop the belly, lifting the tailbone and heart as one. And then exhale, one vertebrae at a time. Hang the head, tuck the tailbone, lift the spine. Inhale. Belly drops, heart and tailbone rise, big stretch. And exhale, one fluid movement, working with the breath. We find cat. Move through a couple more rounds of this cat and cow stretch. Moving to the beat of your own breath. And one more variation. On your inhale, go ahead and meet in neutral. Feel your belly button draw in to your spine. Ground your toes now into the mat. And what we're going to do is we're going to press our left foot to the back of the room, trying to keep our hips as squared as possible. So we're not opening up. We're trying to keep our hip completely squared down into the mat, pinky toe facing down as well. If you have the balance, you can also go ahead and invite your right hand, so opposing hand, out in front of you. Find strength here in the belly, in the core, in the spine. Reach your energy in opposing directions. Deep breath in. And as you exhale, pull the knee and the elbow together. Inhale, reach and extend. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach and hold. Go ahead and set both down. Take a little rest to reset the body. Extend your fingertips out in front of you. And then go ahead and curl all the way back into that quadruped position. Reset as needed. Find strength once again. Feel your muscles work. Belly button pulls to the spine. Deep breath through the nose. And then exhale. The right foot shoots out to the back of the room. Once again, check in with that hip. Check in with your pinky toe. We're rotated down. Strength pressing through the back of the foot. If you have the balance, I invite you now to extend your left hand out in front of you. Find strength. Feel your core. Feel the back body engage. Deep breath in as you reach. Exhale. Elbow to knee. Crunch. Inhale, extend, energy shooting in opposing directions, and exhale. Inhale, extend. Exhale. Inhale, extend, and hold. Feel strength. Feel balance. And then go ahead and set down. Move your knees to the wide edges of your mat, your big toes together as you press your tailbone to your heels and extend your fingertips out in front of you. This is child's pose. If you cannot submit your tailbone to your heels, that's okay. Simply keep the intention. Maybe you rock your forehead back and forth here in this position. Feel that space loosen up a bit. Ground your thoughts to the earth, setting the intention of finding balance as we move through the rest of the flow. Slowly walk your hands back towards your heart, lifting through the torso. We bring the knees together and once again move into our quadruped position, this time grounding the toes into the earth, pulling the belly button into the spine and lifting the knees, and then pressing the heart back towards the upper thighs, pedaling out the feet in our first downward facing dog of class. One heel moves towards the earth as the other knee bends deeply. You should feel a deep stretch through the back of the legs. Your upper body remains strong. Your fingertips spread wide, creating a little suction between the center of your palm and the mat. Find stillness here. Lifting your tailbone up towards the sky, maintaining a little micro bend in your knees, pressing your heart towards your upper thighs, and now I want you to relax your heels closer to the earth. Don't press them, just let them fall. Your heart moving towards your upper thighs, your tailbone lifting ever so slightly. You are strong and also submitting to this pose. Deep breath in through the nose. Exhale. And once again, deep breath in. Fill your belly, fill your sides, fill your back. And exhale. Slowly walk your hands back towards your toes and release your heart, your neck, your shoulders. Inhale, we circle sweep, leading with the heart all the way up. And exhale, the hands, the heart center. Feel all four corners of your feet connect to your mat. You can lift your toes and place them back down. Feel the connection. Engage your core, belly button into your spine. And on your next inhale, lift the hands as one. Lift the eyes. And exhale, swan dive down, leading with the heart into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. The fingertips lift towards the shins, heart out in front of you. And exhale, fold. Inhale, circle, sweep, lead with the heart all the way up. And exhale, fold. Walk your hands to the front of your mat. Find a plank. Wrists beneath the shoulders. And you can stay completely upright, or you can join with me, descending the shins down, making sure that you press the hips down while keeping the heart lifted. Deep breath in, and as you exhale, the elbows stay tight into the body until you can allow the belly to fully relax. The legs relax behind you. Let the glutes go. As you inhale, ripple the heart, barely keeping any weight in the hands, baby cobra. And exhale, bow to the earth. 2 more times. Inhale, we lift. Use back. Use core. Exhale, bow. And inhale, lift. Exhale, bow. Press your weight back, flip your toes, send your tailbone up. Find downward facing dog. Adjusting your down dog, make sure that those fingers are spread wide, feet are hip width behind you. Allow your heels to relax towards the earth as you lift your tailbone. This time, come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees deeply, and hop, step, or float to the front of your mat, feet together into a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, fingertips lift, heart lifts out in front of you, and exhale, bow. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. Hands come together, exhale them to the heart. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, swan dive fold. Hands get planted down, stepping back into a plank. For a full sun salutation, we exhale, keeping the elbows tight into the body, hovering above the mat. Flipping onto the tops of the feet, we lift the heart, hover the thighs. And exhale, we flip the toes and the tailbone back, downward facing dog. Walk the hands back towards the toes at the back of your mat. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, circle sweep, lead with your heart. Every move done with intention. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we fold. Walk the hands to the front of your mat. Find plank. Hold for just a beat. Find strength here. Remember, you can always come down onto the shins for the modified version. If you're following me, exhale down through chaturanga. Flip onto the tops of the feet. Lift the heart. And then exhale, flip the toes and the tailbone back. Downward facing dog. Come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, and hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Feet together, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, circle sweep all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart. Take a beat. We're going to move into a balance sequence here. So starting, I'm going to face you so you can see me. We're going to take our weight into our right foot. The left toe is going to ground into the mat. And if you'd like to take it up, please do. Flex the foot. We're going to take the hands underneath of that leg. And I'd like you to hold. Feel all four corners of the foot connect in. Flex the bottom foot, spread the toes a lot. If you'd like to take this a bit farther, you can extend out straight. Breathe. Exhale, go ahead and pull in. Lift and let go. Inhale, the hands lift up. Exhale, roll the wrists back down. And then bring the hands to prayer. We now come on to the left side. Right toe lifts up. You can go ahead and pull that up. Use your hip, use your core. Staying balanced. Flex your foot, spread your toes a lot. Once again, you can take the hands underneath the leg here. And if you'd like to, extend out. Feel free to do so. You might find that one side is easier than the other. Take note. This is information coming from the body about what might need your attention. Breathe. If you wobble, that's good. That's okay. That's the point. We get better. Bend through that knee, lift, and exhale, set it down. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, roll the wrists. Take them at your sides, spread your fingertips, and then go ahead and once again find prayer. We're going to move into tree pose. So taking our weight again into the right foot, we lift the left toe up. Root through all four corners of that foot, that standing foot. And then we're going to take the opposing side. You can start at the ankle, right below the knee, or you can tuck into the inner upper thigh, whatever feels comfortable for you. We stay here and we breathe. Maybe finding an anchor point somewhere in the room we feel comfortable taking our gaze to. If you'd like to challenge your balance more, there's a few options for you. You might lift your hands, open your branches up. You might find some sway, or you might even close your eyes, which I find to be the most challenging of all. Whatever feels like it's calling to you today is the variation I would like for you to take. Your focus is on that grounded foot and finding balance in the rest of the body. Focus on sensation. Focus on breath. So much happening here in this beautiful pose. If your branches are open, I invite you to close them, coming back to prayer variation. Taking one last deep breath together. And then exhale, release the foot. We're going to move into a sun salutation before repeating on the other side. Inhale, we lift. Exhale, we bow. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down to the mat, top step or float into a plank. Exhale down through chaturanga, flipping onto the tops of the feet, upward facing dog. And then exhale, flip the toes, send the tailbone back, downward facing dog. Come up onto the tiptoes, bend the knees, and hop, step, or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, circle, sweep the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Switching sides. We come on to the left foot, all four corners. Root down into the earth as we come onto the kickstand of that right toe. Remember, you can go to the ankle, below the knee, or tuck into the inner upper thigh. No matter where you are, make sure that knee is floating out and back, engaged at the hips. Find your focal point in the room and breathe. Remember, one side might be more difficult than the other, maybe easier. This is all just information. If you'd like to extend your branches, do some sway, I invite you to challenge your balance. So when it becomes easy is where you need to start adding some things in. It's good to find that wibble wobble point. It's growing, this muscle, this ability to find balance. And if you know me, you know a good metaphor really gets me going. So reflect on how this works in your own life, the challenges that you meet. Wherever you are, I invite you to close your branches and come back to prayer. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release down. Lift the hands over the head as one. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, release. Hands to the earth, hop, step, or jump back, and move through one sun salutation. Meeting in downward facing dog. I challenge you to find the most perfect down dog you could possibly create with this body you've been given. Lifting your tailbone towards the sky, pressing your heart towards your upper thighs, allowing your heels to descend towards the earth, maintaining that little baby bend in the knees. And breathe. Notice how this pose has changed from the beginning of class until this moment. How you've changed. And as you feel ready and led, begin to bend through the knees, taking your shins down and lifting through the torso. Lift up through the crown of your head as if there's an imaginary string, taking your posture where it needs to go. We lift the hands up above the head. And exhale. The left hand comes down as the right fingertips reach to the side of the room. Keep that shoulder open. And then go ahead and move to the other side. Reach. Feel it in your side body. And back to center. We're going to roll into one hip, taking the legs out in front of us. We lift the hands up, keeping a little micro bend in the knees. We're going to exhale the heart towards the upper thighs and find a grounding point. Doesn't have to be your toes. It can be your ankles. It can be the backs of your calves, wherever you feel comfortably going. Feeling that stretch through the back of the legs without overextending the back. The heart stays lifted. We're closing this gap between our belly and our hips. Let your breath take you a little bit deeper every time. Slowly walk your hands back. Your feet come to center. Butterfly pose. Allow your elbows to find the inside of your knees, your feet to find each other as you lean your heart forward towards those big toes. Maybe you even take your thumbs, you knead into your feet here, giving them a little bit of love and attention for the work that they did for you today. These things that provide balance, honor them. One more breath here. And then walk your torso up, finding your way into a reclined position. Allow your heels to meet the wide edges of the mat, your arms to run down along each side. A deep breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, you become part of your mat. You melt into the floor. You become heavy and weightless all at once. This is Shavasana. Breathe and be. One last breath in through your nose and allow it to fill every cell of your body as you reflect on the balance that's been gained throughout today's practice. Maybe it's physical balance. Maybe it's a bit more metaphorical, reflective. Make a promise to yourself to bring this concept through the rest of your day. As you seal your practice, you begin to awaken your body. Maybe you take a stretch in either direction. You wiggle those fingers and those toes to bring life back in, movement back in. And as you feel ready and personally led, you may make your way back into a seated position. Final salutations. Thank you for joining me for this flow today. We switch it up every time we meet. And so if there is an area of the body, something specific you'd like to work on, please submit your suggestions. Otherwise, I leave you. The light in me sees and honors the light I see in each one of you. Thank you.